From Ticker News with Aaron Young, this is Ticker Today.
Hello, good to see you. Thanks for joining me. US markets have plummeted, with the Dow dropping nearly 900 points, raising serious concerns about a potential recession. Investors are anxious due to uncertainty surrounding Trump's tariff policies, leading to the steepest sell-off we've seen in 2 weeks. That's coming up. A war of words between former Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull and Donald Trump now intensifies as Turnbull goes on TV to lash out at the president. A significant incident's unfolding right now in the North Sea. Crews from an oil tanker and a cargo ship are safe after their vessels collided. We've got the very latest. And Mark Carney, the new leader of Canada's Liberal Party, is poised to confront the challenges posed by President Trump's trade war. This is Ticker Today, the latest news, business and tech, shaping and moving your world. Let's get started. US markets have plummeted, with the Dow dropping nearly 900 points, sparking serious concerns of a potential recession. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq also face significant losses, with the Nasdaq experiencing its worst day since September 2022, falling by 4%. Investors are increasingly anxious due to uncertainty surrounding tariff policies, leading to the steepest sell-off we have seen in weeks. Currently, the S&P 500 sits about 8.7% below its recent peak, while the Nasdaq is down almost 14%. Despite the heavy losses, markets recovered slightly just before the trading day ended.
I know that you inherited a mess, and you said that the other night.
I've only been here,
but are you expecting a recession this year?
I hate to predict things like that. There is a period of transition, because what we're doing is very big. We're bringing wealth back to America. That's a big thing. And there are always periods of, it takes a little time. It takes a little time. But I think it should be great for us. I mean, I think it should be great. It's going to be great ultimately for the farmer. You know.
Former Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull has launched a scathing attack on Donald Trump, urging Australia not to bow down to bullies. In an interview on the ABC's 7:30 program, Turnbull cautioned that the tariff negotiations with the US have taken a turn for the worse and labelled Trump's behaviour as harassing and bullying. He warned that the erratic nature of Trump's presidency could push other nations closer to China. Turnbull firmly stated that Australia must not become a nation of sycophants, appeasing the US leader.
I mean, the reality is that Xi Jinping, China, will take advantage of Trump's chaotic behaviour and his harassing and bullying, seeking to extort allies, the way he has damaged the Western alliance. All of this erratic behaviour will be taken advantage of by China, because what China will do is they will say they'll be the opposite of Trump. Where Trump is erratic, they'll be consistent. Where Trump is rude and abusive, as you saw in that tweet, they'll be respectful. They'll play a very different game to what they did in the first Trump administration. So, you know, he's actively helping Putin in Ukraine, and perhaps not deliberately, but effectively, he's helping Xi Jinping.
In a major incident in the North Sea, crews from an oil tanker and a cargo ship are safe after their vessels collided, although one person has now been hospitalised. The shipping company managing the MV Stena Immaculate reported multiple explosions following a ruptured tank, releasing jet fuel into the sea. Over 30 casualties were brought ashore after the collision near East Yorkshire, with environmental concerns also raised due to the cargo of toxic sodium cyanide carried by the Solong. Emergency responders, including lifeboats and helicopters, were quickly deployed to manage the situation. Authorities are investigating the incident, with potential human error now being considered a major factor in the collision. Tensions rise in Russia, warning Australians of severe repercussions if Prime Minister Anthony Albanese does send Australian troops to Ukraine. Russia's embassy in Canberra cautioned that the plan is unacceptable and urged the Prime Minister to now reconsider. Discussions have taken place between Albanese and the British Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer regarding potential contributions to a peacekeeping mission if a ceasefire occurs. Albanese confirmed Australia's readiness to support Ukraine, having previously provided substantial military assistance. The February US non-farm payroll report showed a gain of 151,000 jobs, yet falls short of the expectations. The Fed Reserve is adopting a cautious approach regarding interest rates, influenced by President Trump's bold recent policies. Meanwhile, Tesla shares are on a downward trend and a spiral now, experiencing their longest losing streak as CEO Elon Musk remains in Washington. As markets react to economic uncertainties, China has reported a deflationary trend for the first time in over a year. And in Europe, leaders are ramping up defence spending to strengthen support for Ukraine amidst the ongoing challenges there. China's bond yields have soared to three-month highs as investors reassess their expectations for interest rate cuts. The 30-year bond crossed the 2% threshold, reflecting growing optimism about economic growth. The People's Bank of China is focusing on stabilising the yuan, aimed at rising trade tensions and amid them delaying any potential monetary easing. Investor sentiment is shifting towards equities, boosted by a recent rally in the offshore market.